More Christians have been persecuted in the past few years than any other time in history, and the number of the martyrs is expected to rise to 1 million people by 2025. In affluent countries with religious freedom, there is another phase of persecution that is called temptation. Persecution and temptations are siblings, just as the other side of the coin. In my observation of 3 decades in ministry serving the Lord in 3 different continents, temptations have maligned more Christians in a long run than persecution did. Doing missions in difficult contexts is a sequel to my previous book, Disciples of the Nations. After writing my previous book on how to multiply disciples and churches in global context, I remembered that there are Christians in this world who are serving Christ in challenging places and circumstances, including my co-workers, disciples, and students. This book is full of anecdotes and researches and biblical exhortations on the subject of Christian suffering. It talks about how to do the missions anti-Christian religious society, atheistic society, and meta-modern society, and also doing missions during legal case, in political unrest and natural calamity, and during the pandemic as well. I wanted to share some field-tested and validated suggestions on how to do the missions in such difficult contexts. This book is intended for Christian leaders, lay leaders, evangelicals, missionaries, pastors, and academics as well. Besides, anyone with a heart for the world mission will find it beneficial. The future global church are going to face challenge. Patrick Johnston predicts that the global church of the 21st century will be more than likely facing a continuous share of suffering to those who live for Christ, just as in the 20th century. By the early 21st century, the global church has suffered the heaviest discrimination and persecution in different regions. Ironically, most Christian growth and missions movement are projected to come from underprivileged and underdeveloped and troubled regions of the world. This is such a trajectory that future challenge of the global church will generally fall under the category of either anti-Christian religious society like Islamic, Buddhist or Hindu, etc., or atheistic society like Calvinist society, or secularized meta-modern society like postmodern societies. 85% of the least rich peoples of the world reside in either Muslim or Hindu society. We do live in the time of unprecedented persecution and martyrdom of believers. It is my sincere prayer that this book will help anyone serving and following Christ in difficult places and contexts. 2 Timothy 3:12 clearly speaks, in fact, anyone who wants to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. Ironically, persecutions have never killed the church in the history, but prosperity did. You may be a believer in the nation with no vivid outward persecution, but still there could be ongoing stresses, corruptions to deal with, and continuous discomfort at various degrees everywhere a Christian goes to do his work. I trust the readers in both the free world and gospel-restricted world will find strategic encouragement to overcome Christian suffering of either persecution or temptation. This book deals with that, and I hope and pray you will pick up the book.